What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. Today is the beginning of better videos, better edits, and just better quality content. So this is my opening hand. As you guys can see, I have Sisu friends, 2 snakes, rabbit, and those are the ones I'm mulligan, and I'm getting rid of them. I have a nice one. The reason why I got rid of snake is because I'm really trying to get the Flynn. And I got a Sisu, a library, a Flynn, and a Diablo. Having a Flynn is good on turn 2, but also having another 1-drop is also good. Because then, depending on the deck you're going against, you can go turn 1, 1-drop, turn 2, 2 drops. 2 1-drops. And just kind of go wide. Flynn is great too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just showing you guys my post mulligan, and but yeah. So sometimes I think it depends on what you're going against that like the way you should mulligan. I did mulligan or Chernobog, and I opted to go with Diablo simply because if your opponent's running anything steel and they ping damage your Chernobog, you don't get a card draw. Diablo guarantees you a card draw no matter what. It's like a better Cusco, only because it's a 1-drop. But yeah, so luckily I'm going against Ruby Sapphire, which is everywhere, the most popular deck there is right now. And Flynn triggers. Even though Diablo is at 0 attack, but Flynn triggers because they don't really summon anything. So I'm already at 4, and I could freely quest with Diablo. That's another good thing, because if I quest with Chernobog and I don't do anything, and then they get rid of them, I lose with the card draw. But with Diablo, I could quest, and if they do ping damage, they do rush queen, they do brawl, whatever they do, I still get a card draw. So I think Diablo is pretty broken. I'm only running 2 of him. I'm running 4 Chernobog, 4 brooms, and 2 Diablos. I don't know if I would run 4, but maybe I would run 4 and 2 brooms. But yeah, those are the little ratios that I'm thinking of changing. But I already have a library. I quested, and so there's a library, a Diablo in the library, which would guarantee me 2 draws if he doesn't get rid of the library. And I'm just checking how much ink he has, if he's going to be prep or big Sisu anytime soon. So that way I could put people in the library, and hey, if you get rid of my field, I get card draw, and then I could swarm right again, and my library lives. I've been playing locations, but I've been playing the wrong locations, because I've been playing Queen's Castle for that tool lore. But I think library is better because it survives a lot more. So he B preps, and I gain 2 for Diablo, 1 for Sisu, and 1 to beginning of my turn. It's amazing. I pay 4 for Rabbit, and I do not draw a card. I guess I got too excited and did not draw a card, and I moved them for 1. My mistake. Hey, we all do mistakes, but it is what it is. I know one of the comments was like, hey, you should not be saying it is what it is. But hey, sometimes it is what it is. I can't go back. Looking back at it, yeah, it sucks. But hey, I can't do anything about it anymore. So I'm at 13 lore. He's at 0. It's looking good for me. Especially because, like I said, I have the library. Even if he gets rid of Rabbit, I draw 2 cards and not only 1. And I still get a passive lore, getting me to 14. And as you guys know, having gold in your deck and be able to bounce it, you're just getting closer and closer to game. So if you guys are enjoying this content, please drop a like, also comment and subscribe. I have not forgotten, and it'll be next Friday, I believe it's the 24th, that I'll be doing the giveaway for the genie to 1 lucky winner. I did do B prep only because I want my my castle to survive. I mean, my library to survive. Because getting that 1 passive lore, like I said, it's just getting me closer to game. Being at 15 already, I'm like, hey, that's fine. I have 2 bodies on board. If he does not get rid of the bodies, I go to 17. And that's super lethal, and that's where you want to be. But yeah, so I'll be doing the giveaway next Friday, which is the 24th. So make sure you are a subscriber and you are liking the content and commenting for a chance to win. It's a free entry. You can reach out to me. And double goats, that's disgusting. Nothing that, unless you Pirate's Life, but even if you Pirate's Life, like that's disgusting. So I took game 1. I am trying to do both games. Look at all my 1 drops, my 1-2 drop, my 3 drop, and my castle, my library. I'm so used to castle, it's crazy. But I kept the 1 drops simply because, like I said, I could swarm, and I know him going a little, and I get a crab and a goat and a B prep. B prep is not really that good, especially after you mulligan, because it's not something you can ink, and it's not something you can play immediately. You gotta wait till 7 turns, and it's not like we ramped to play it any earlier. So hey, again, it is what it is. But yeah, so join the giveaway by liking the videos, commenting. I always reply to any comment, whether it's a good comment, a negative comment, a simple comment. I always reply back. And make sure you're a subscriber. It's gonna be a genie next time around. I have something spicy to give away, so stay tuned. We hit 1,700 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. 1,700. I really want to make it to that 2,000 mark. That would be amazing. That would be great. And yeah, this weekend I did not go to any store champs, but I might only do 2, maybe 1 for sure, but maybe 2. But I'll be talking about that as I get closer to those events. So let's focus on the gameplay. He has a Hiram, and he also has a human Sisu. I only have a fox, and I decided to sing friends on the other side, just because I want to be able to have card draw and have options on being able to respond to whatever he does, because I know trying to gain lore as fast as I can it could be very beneficial, but I'm like, hey, I need to also have options and be able to answer to whatever you do. Library comes, I move 1 for Chernobog using his effect and drawing 2 cards. Again, I want to have options. I want to see my B preps. I want to see my Tremaine. I want to see my goats. I want to see all those things that would be able to get me closer to game, or a Tremaine with a bounce to reuse it, or Tremaine shift Tremaine. That would be great too. He hideaways my location, which, yeah, it sucks, but hey, getting an extra ink, why not? You know, that's the only way, quote unquote, Ruby Amethyst ramps, and you're able to use your B prep slightly faster. I pay 4 for Rabbit, questing with Broom, and using Broom's effect to get rid of it to draw another card and a card for Rabbit. So drawing 2 cards. I have, as you guys can see, I don't know how many cards I have in hand, but I have a lot. And I'm like, hey, I hardcast friends, and I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm at 7 ink. My opponent is at 7 ink as well. So I'm like, the fact that you're Ruby Sapphire, you're the one that ramps, and we're at the same ink, it's a really good sign. He does drop Lucky Dime. Sorry for the glare, but he does do Lucky Dime, and he's at 4 lore, and I'm at 6. Lucky Dime does put a huge threat, and I'm like, hey, like, it's like a ticking time bomb. You gotta either quest fast or get rid of Lucky Dime. But unfortunately, Ruby Amethyst doesn't have any item removal, so it sucks. I hope they bring Ruby or Amethyst card that removes items, or what everyone is thinking, that they're gonna bring dual colors. So hopefully there's a card that we can use to remove items, because once Ruby Sapphire drops Lucky Dime, it's like, dang, like we probably lost, because if you drop Tamatoa with 5 items and we cannot get rid of your Lucky Dime, you're gonna dime for 5, you're gonna be diming for 6, and it's game. He summons Big Sisu by shifting, but doesn't opt to take out my castle, which I was honestly surprised, and I'm like, okay. He forgot that he has to challenge with Maui no matter what. So he challenged my my castle, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. That's the rule. Why would I get mad? I have B prep since the beginning, as you guys saw. So I B prep and play 2 for Flynn. Just trying to have board presence at this time, because again, Lucky Dime. I know all the monsters he has at this time would be something that gets rid of Flynn's effect. Right here, I put him in a tough situation. He can pay 1 for Vitalisphere to power up his Hiram to get rid of my my library, or he doesn't get rid of it, and and my library stays. But he ended up with Hiram, he ended up getting rid of his Lucky Dime, drawing 2 because he needed to see more card draws, and paid 1 to activate Vitalisphere, powering up his Hiram, giving him the +2 and getting rid of my library. So I put him in a little pickle, you know, like he could have not done that and kept Lucky Dime, but he has a Tamatoa in hand, so he plays Tamatoa to be able to get Lucky Dime back. So he didn't really lose much. It's just one whole turn, because paying 7 for Lucky Dime is pretty much a whole turn. So I'm able to Tremaine coming in clutch, and I bounce back with Fox, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just questing at this time because I know he could be prep or he can big Sisu. And yep, be prepared came. So it was a good thing that I quested with Flynn and not hoping he survived, because I'm just trying to get as much lore as possible, because I know he has Lucky Dime. He does 2 for Visions. Visions is such a broken card. I mean, it's like, I've seen some decks that only run 3, and I'm like, how? Like, why would you run 3? Like, wouldn't you want to look at the top 5 and choose the best card? So, but yeah, hey, whatever. I pay 8 for Sisu. I know I'm not getting rid of anything, but I just, again, I want to add more presence. If Sisu survives, then I'm able to quest to 17. If he does Maleficent Dragon, he knows I have Tremaine, so I get rid of Maleficent Dragon, which is a huge threat. If he doesn't do Maleficent Dragon, summons Tamatoa, I could still get rid of Tamatoa, get rid of a huge threat, and I'm able to quest for 3. If he does Dime, again, I'm able to quest for 3. So I'm just trying to add pressure right here, because I'm like, hey, I'm close to game. I'm at 14, you're at 10, and we all know that the longer the game goes, it benefits Ruby Sapphire, because they usually have better answers, better removal, and they have hella ink that they can use. But luckily, I've been seeing a lot of card draw. I've been seeing a lot of inks that I'm like at 10, 11 ink, which is really good for a Ruby Amethyst deck. So I'm at 4, 7. Yeah, I'm at 10, 11 ink, which is not bad at all. I quested for 3, bouncing Sisu just to, again, have a big body. You know, I summon Little Sisu and Fox. That's 3 enough to get me to game. He summons Dragon. I'm like, all right, cool. But if he doesn't have anything to get rid of Fox, I'm able to get to 18 and 1 goat, and it's done. But he, with the spice, my opponent plays B King Undisputed. Well, he sings it, getting rid of my Fox, which I was not expecting at all. But with 7, I did B prep, getting rid of his field, hitting the big reset button. He placed 1 for Popsicle, and I'm like, it's a tough game. I just don't want him to summon his Lucky Dime. He pays 4 for Hiram, getting more card draw, being able to see more options, which is what you don't want. Like, again, Ruby Sapphire benefits the longer the game goes. They benefit huge. He summons Maui, which is smart, because again, he knows I have Tremaine, so he just wants to have characters, so that way Tremaine becomes like kind of pointless to use, because they're obviously going to choose a weaker character. But I pay 6 for Medusa. I still love Medusa. I'm on the split of 2 Tremaines, 2 Medusa, because right now, if I only had Tremaine, sure, I was able to pay 6 and then shift. Yeah, that's something I could have done, gotten rid of both. But that's not always the case, and sometimes Ruby Amethyst is not going to get to 10 ink. So being able to play Medusa and choosing the monster you want is way better than having your opponent choose, because more than likely they're not going to choose the character you want them to choose. So he pays 8 for Tamatoa, being able to get his Popsicle that he just popped not that long ago, paying 1 for Popsicle to draw a card. This is where Ruby Sapphire shines, and I just gotta win it pretty much. The video cut off. I couldn't record everything, but pretty much I get Goat and Snake, and I'm able to just summon and bounce, and I take the dub. 2-0, baby. See you guys later. Peace.